Alright guys and gals, welcome back. So I've been trying to hammer this out, and it's just been a full day of making leads, running wires, and a few things. I actually powered it up and did some initial adjustments. Last video I talked about the gyro, got it figured out, so I still have to set it up and everything. But I went ahead and made the battery leads for the turbines. I got the throttle leads, pump leads, I think I already mentioned. Still trying to decide on where I want to put my switch. It's just a kind of a fail-safe thing. If you actually pull this switch off, it's kind of like the Spectrums. If you pull the switch off, the unit powers up. So if this fails, it's going to come on. And I was going to run it just someplace where I can kind of reach under the, like maybe in the gear door and just flip the switch, or maybe do it there versus running another wire all the way to the nose. But I may just do that and everything. I just was trying to find, I'm probably going to put it in a place that I can just hit the switch without having to take the nose off, kind of a thing. That's probably what I'm going to do. So with that being said, it'll probably have me just kind of give you kind of a breakdown here. So my field ports, instead of running them completely to the nose, I just kind of put them in this area with some holders. Yeah, they're not going to go anywhere. They're out of the way of the gear, and then when I want to fill it, I'll just pop them off. I got these dry locks that I've kind of shown you guys, and then you can fill, and then when you're done, you just clip these things back in, and you can do it from underneath. That's kind of the way I've designed it. So essentially just come over, and I've already kind of done it without seeing it. You just grab them, pull them out, and then just hook up right here, because this thing's so tall. I'll be able to get to it from underneath. So, and but anyways, so I got the two battery leads ran. I had to install the MPDX1. So what that does there, that guy right here, when you can have up to 2 of these, and that's how you get the full 32 channels with the Futaba. It's basically a channel expander. So you plug it into one channel, and it gives you takes one channel and makes it into 8. So I have it plugged into channel 12. That's the lowest or the highest you can go, and still get the multi-prop function, which you have to select for that channel in the function menu. And then when you do that, it gives you an option right there in the function menu, which here, let me just turn the radio on. Basically, it gives you, and I think I might have already done a video on that too. It gives you the option at that point to adjust the other 8 channels that you've plugged in there. Now you can't go plugging in, which sucks. You can't go plugging. Where's my little stylus? Oh, over here. You can't go plugging in some, big heavy-duty, high-resolution servos. But for switchable things, it's perfect for that. So I just ran out of channels with my setup. So I'll show you here. You go to linkage, go to function, and you see it right there, MP1. There's MP1 and MP2. So if you have 2 of them, you'll obviously select, like if I had 2, I'd have to do 11 MP1 and 12 MP2. But you select that, and then right there are your 8 channels that you can do. You're essentially just getting a control for them, and turning them on and off. So it allowed me to get the rest of my channels essentially. So there's no way to, from that I know of, to go in and actually do anything else to those channels, because see, yeah, there you go. But and I may have 2 extra channels, because this thing doesn't have ailerons. It's got flap and like a flapper on there. So those 2 leading edge slats are actually plugged into aileron 1 and aileron 2. So I got to see about doing some setup on that. But anyways, just wanted to show you that. But yeah, I got that hooked up, and I used 4 channels of that. Basically, 1 for each lock on it, which kind of sucks because I need to be able to, I'm going to have to adjust this rod a little bit to make these match. and everything. And then I've got the gear fail-safe sequencer plugged into that as well. And the chute deployment is plugged into that. The brakes are plugged into the gear fail-safe. So I just have one lead coming from that to the essentially to the receiver. Also got the receivers. That's two, and the ones on this side. So they're ran. Everything's hooked up, and at this point, it's just mount batteries and set it up and CG it. So I've been kind of working on the cockpit. This thing was all busted up from the accident, but and these things are heavy as all get out. You know, I'm actually what I did on the Minion jet is these things are just thick resin. I don't know why they do that, but they're held in by screws, and you can take them off, and I just put them on my belt sander and basically shrink them down, you know, cut them in half, and saves a ton of weight. And then you got these are what's heavy, because you got the big thick resin piece, you got a clear plastic piece, and then you got a piece of wood there screwed into it. So I got rid of everything but the resin piece on, you know, and it cuts quite a bit of weight out of them and everything. So, but I'm waiting to see how this thing's going to balance before I go doing that. I may end up needing the heavier cockpit, because I'm not going to use pilots. I never use pilots except for funny stuff, but this is scale jet, so I'm not doing anything. But I got to fix the seats. They're all busted up. These things are heavy. These are what's so daggum heavy. This is a solid piece of resin, and that's just ridiculous. Like, I mean, come on, man. Get a 3D printer and just 3D print this shit. You know, I mean, that is heavy. That's like a 4-cell LiPo or a 4-cell ion worth of weight for each of those. That's crazy. But I got to fix all that. So that's kind of where I'm at, and it's Sunday night, really kind of getting late. But I'm gonna kind of finish up some more stuff. I'm gonna put everything on. I gotta get the stabs rods locked down and do and put them on, and I'm gonna put everything on and start working towards CGing it hopefully tomorrow. And Tuesday kind of sucks because that's my in-office day, so I'm losing all that day. But you know, I'll try to maybe run it Tuesday, and if I can get it to that point, I may just put it in the trailer and, you know, see how it goes. It won't be nothing critical because I have so many other things to fly for the event, but you never know. Give me something to kind of tinker with while I'm not flying, and then maybe get it made or something. So, but yeah, and I do have to go get some batteries, because I did have 2 3-cell LiPos that I could use for the motors, but I actually used one of them for the turbine battery on that one, so I only have one. But I could always use that one and this one, and just kind of switch them back and forth if need be, if I can't find something suitable at the hobby shop Tuesday. So, and I've got my receiver batteries. I'm using 2 4-cell ions. They're 5200s. This lets you fly quite a bit before you have to charge. Turbine batteries, they'll probably fly like an entire event without having charged turbine batteries. But you know, it's cool. So kind of getting close, and like I said, right now I'm going to put the cockpit in and just kind of get it in there, and I need to put the air tanks in still, get them mounted. So that'll be next, actually what I'm going to do next, and that way all that wiring and stuff will be kind of organized, because I need to be able to, you know, get it out if I need to. So essentially the easiest way to be, I'm thinking about tucking all the air lines and stuff in here. The air tanks will be right here, and have the battery wires on the top side, because I usually just put those in with some shoe goop, and then if I ever need to get them out, I can always pull them out. But I want to be able to get the battery leads, get to the battery leads easier than the air lines. So that's usually something that you may have to move and deal with more so than airlines. But there you go, guys. Oh, and I also, I don't know if I put this, but here's my little, this was actually a piece that they gave with you that you kind of put up here and made like a mount for some stuff, but I'm not using that. I just made it as a fill port. So I got one for gear, one for brakes and chute. And then this is the programming box for the little EvoJet thing. I'm gonna have to, I was gonna do a video on it, but it's gonna take a minute because it's not hard to program. I just got to go through it and learn it before I go making a video. It wouldn't be good if I try to do it right now, but I got to get that figured out. And then I'm going to ditch this. I'm not going to put this in the model once it's set up because, like I said, I can feel it, and that little light will stop flashing when I'm at the PSI. I said it. I've already tested that part, so I know that works. So, and then, like I said, as before, if I had air in it right now, I could flip the switch and the gear would come up, and vice versa, go down. It's like a manual switch that doesn't require any power, which is perfect. It's what I use for the Minion jet. So I roll it up in the trailer, hit that switch, the gear comes up. I don't have to have a remote. I don't have to turn on the jet, you know, because batteries are disconnected and that kind of stuff. And then I just set it right on the floor on a nice padded memory foam. So that's kind of the plan with this one too. So, but that's long-winded. So I'll kind of do another video after I kind of get everything together and show the kind of controls and how I got things set up, hopefully. And then I'm going to use the new CG machine on this one, so I'll get a little bit with that too. So that's going to be a separate video, just doing CG stuff. So you guys have a good one. Kind of long-winded video, just not much. Oh, no, I already talked about that. Okay, so yeah, getting there. You guys have a good one. Cheers. And thanks for the help with the Futaba gyro. That's why I do this. You know, it's nice to learn stuff and help people out too that come behind me. So yeah, I had to take a tactical pause and clean everything up. So that was most of this evening too. So anyways, you guys have a good one. And like I said, videos are kind of getting boring at this part because it's pretty much done. So I'll try to get as, you know, if you guys want to see something in particular, let me know. But we're kind of getting to the end of it. So cheers.